Hi there, and welcome to the simple guides, simple health and safety guides. Today we are going to be talking about noise at work, noise in the workplace, and just want to give you some really brief guidance on how you go about managing the hazard of noise in the workplace. And the first thing really is to understand where the problem is, and to do that, you do a noise assessment. Very simple, very straightforward. What you need to do is usually you get somebody to come in who's got the right equipment to actually undertake the noise measurements. You can get apps on the phone nowadays that can measure noise. The problem is they're going to give you an indication. So I wouldn't say don't do that. I wouldn't say don't get one of these free apps and just go and have a look and see what the general noise levels are like. But I think what you really need to do is you really need to get a detailed assessment done so you can identify where the true sources of concern and problems are. So get a competent person to undertake your noise assessment, and then from that they should work with you to develop an action plan. And I think if the people that are doing your noise assessment currently are just giving you a report that's just telling you what the noise levels are, I think really maybe you want to be challenging that a little bit. You want to be saying, actually, no, what we need some advice and support on how can we reduce the noise levels. And and what you want to do is you really want to try and reduce the noise levels at source. So let's take something like a compressor. Okay, quite a noisy piece of equipment. The positioning of the compressor, where is it? If it's sitting right next to the canteen, then when people are having their lunch, it's going to be making a lot of noise. So again, can it be moved? Can it be moved to another location? Because where the compressed air is made and where it's used doesn't have to be next to each other. So so maybe move the compressor into another location. Then maybe put it inside a box so that there's some attenuation there, and it actually keeps the noise levels down. Very simple practical advice there, but that's the sort of thing that you want the people that are doing the noise assessment to be coming up with, and not just saying that there's 85 decibels or 90 decibels or whatever the numbers are. You want a little bit more than that. You want somebody that's going to give you that practical advice on what to do about the noise. You also want to know who's going to be affected by it. So which people in your business are going to be affected by the noise source, and it tends to be the people that are operating the plant and the equipment are the ones that are going to get most of the exposure. And so it's about knowing, well, how long are they exposed for? Because with noise, it's not just about the amount of noise; it's about the length of time that people are in the in the noisy environment. So again, you want to be doing you want to be getting that information so that you can actually build it into into their overall exposure. And if if you've got people that are working for longer than 8 hours, if you've got people that are working 10 or a 12-hour shift, when the people come out and do the noise assessment, they're gonna monitor for a certain amount of time. It might be a couple of hours, it might be 4 hours. I don't know how long they're going to monitor for, but what you need to do is that then needs to be weighted up, because if you have got people that are doing a 12-hour shift, then in actual fact your noise levels might need to be lower than 80 decibels over the over the whole shift. So you want to you want to make sure that the amount of time that they're working in the environment is calculated, and so you get a true value of of what their exposure is. What you also want to do is then say, right, okay, then, so we've had these noise assessments done. The company that's come out and done the noise assessments identify where the noise sources are. We've worked with them and put some controls together to maybe try and reduce or if possible, even eliminate the noise if you can take the noise source out totally. But also what we've got to do is we've actually got to provide our employees with some information about this. And again, I see in lots of examples where noise assessments are done in the workplace, and they get put into a drawer, and nobody ever finds out about them. So again, I think it's important that the information that's identified, that is pulled together as part of the noise assessment, is actually given to the people that are doing the jobs, so that they understand what the noise level means. And And then you want to think, right, well, what other controls can we put into place? And if you can't, if you can't put encapsulation around or enclose enclose the noise source, or if you can't remove the noise source from the workplace, then people have got to wear some kind of hearing protection. So again, it's about making sure that you've got the right hearing protection for the environment that they're working in. And how hearing protection works is basically obviously it goes into the ears or it goes over the ears. It brings the noise level down by, I don't know, somewhere between 30 and 35 decibels. Now, what you mustn't do is you mustn't exceed 87 decibels at the ear. So if you've got a noise environment of say 120 decibels, then you're going to need a higher quality of hearing protection than if you've got an environment maybe where it's sort of 80 or 90 decibels. So again, it's about getting the right hearing protection for the environment that the people are being expected to work in, and then also trying to minimise the amount of time that they're working in those environments. Also, what you've got to bear, if people wear glasses, things like that, then an ear muff isn't going to be effective because the noise can get down the arm where the arm fits onto the glasses. So again, it's about having hearing protection that is compatible. So again, if you're in an environment where people are expected to wear safety glasses all the time, then you really are really struggling to get some kind of muff that's gonna be effective. And so maybe it is something that gets inserted into the ear. Not everybody likes to do that. You can get custom made hearing protection that actually molds in around the individual's ear. Again, that can be expensive, but I've heard that they're very effective. Some of the basics as well that you need to do as a result of having a noise assessment done is put the right signage up, so you're warning people that they're going into noisy areas. You maybe want to put a plan up on the notice board, to tell people which areas of the site are higher noise levels than others. So again, just having this clear information that people can read, can understand, and can take an action on. So that's it really. There's not a lot more that you need to do. Getting a good quality noise assessment done, completed by somebody that's competent. Getting the right control measures in place to try and minimise the noise source at source. If you can do that, then that's going to be very effective. And then it's training people, making them aware of where the noise levels are, and sorting out the right noise hearing protection for the individuals. Good signage, good schematic of the site. Hey, thank you very much. Speak to you soon.